tell you something, folks. After more than 15 years of practicing medicine, watching patients walk into my clinic with blood sugar numbers through the roof, I've seen just about everything. And I'll be honest with you, some of the most powerful tools for managing diabetes aren't sitting in a pharmacy. They're sitting right there in the produce section of your local grocery store. My name is Dr. Isabella Norris, and today I want to share something with you that could genuinely change your life. If you're a man over 60, maybe 70, and you've been wrestling with high blood sugar, prediabetes, or full-blown type 2 diabetes, I need you to stick with me for the next few minutes. Because what I'm about to tell you about 10 specific vegetables that can help lower your blood sugar naturally is information I wish every one of my patients had known 20 years ago. And let me say this up front because I hear it all the time in my practice. Doc, I don't like vegetables. I get it. I really do. One of my longtime patients, a retired firefighter from Ohio named Frank, told me the same thing when he first came to see me. His A1C was sitting at 9.2. His doctor wanted to put him on a second medication. Frank told me flat out, "Doc, I grew up on meat and potatoes. Greens ain't my thing." Well, 6 months later, after we worked together on incorporating just a few of the vegetables I'm about to share with you, prepared in ways he actually enjoyed, his A1C dropped to 6.8. No new medications. I'll tell you how he did it before we finish today, so hang tight. Now, before I jump into the list, I want to tell you about the vegetable I'm saving for last. It's number 1 on my list, and honestly, most men your age completely ignore it. Doctors didn't believe what it could do when the research first came out. So please stay with me all the way to the end, because that last vegetable might just be the game changer you've been looking for. All right, let's get into it. Number 10 on my list is broccoli. Now, I know broccoli is about as exciting as watching paint dry for most of us. But here's what you need to understand about this humble little tree-shaped vegetable. Broccoli contains a compound called sulforaphane, and researchers at several major American universities have studied this compound extensively. Sulforaphane helps your body process glucose more efficiently. It also reduces inflammation in your blood vessels, which is huge for men our age who are worried about heart disease on top of diabetes. One of my patients, Jim, from right outside Dallas, started eating broccoli almost every single day. Just a cup, steamed, with a little olive oil and garlic. He came back 3 months later and told me he had more energy than he'd felt in 10 years. His fasting glucose dropped nearly 30 points. That's not a miracle. That's biology doing its job when you give it the right fuel. Here's my tip for you broccoli haters. Roast it. Toss it with olive oil, sea salt, a little garlic powder, and roast it at 425 degrees for about 20 minutes until the edges get crispy. Completely different vegetable, I promise. Number 9 is cauliflower. Think of it as broccoli's pale cousin. Cauliflower contains glucosinolates, same family of compounds we just talked about. And these help your liver detoxify and reduce chronic inflammation. For you guys who love mashed potatoes but know the carbs are killing your blood sugar, mashed cauliflower is a fantastic swap. My wife makes it with a little butter, cream cheese, and chives. You honestly won't miss the potatoes. And your glucose meter will thank you the next morning. Number 8 is arugula. Now, I know some of you are thinking, "Doc, that's rabbit food." But hear me out. Arugula is what we call a cruciferous leafy green, and it acts as a natural diuretic. That means it helps your body flush out excess sugar through your urine. On top of that, it's packed with nitrates that support healthy blood pressure. And most men over 60 are dealing with high blood pressure along with their diabetes. Throw a handful on top of a grilled chicken breast, drizzle a little lemon and olive oil on it, and you've got yourself a diabetes-fighting meal in about 10 minutes. And number 7, and this one surprises a lot of my patients, is avocado. Technically, it's a fruit, but I include it here because of how people use it. Avocado is loaded with healthy monounsaturated fats, and those fats actually slow down how quickly your body absorbs carbohydrates. That means fewer blood sugar spikes after meals. It also helps lower your bad cholesterol, LDL, which matters a whole lot for you gentlemen concerned about your heart. Half an avocado on your morning eggs, mashed on a piece of whole grain toast, or sliced into a salad at lunch. Simple, satisfying, and it keeps you full for hours. Number 6 is spinach. This one is a powerhouse, and I want you to pay close attention here. Spinach is rich in magnesium, and I cannot stress enough how important magnesium is for men your age. Study after study has shown that men with low magnesium levels have a much harder time controlling their blood glucose. Magnesium helps your body use insulin more effectively. Spinach is also loaded with potassium, which balances your electrolytes and lowers your risk of hypertension. You can sauté it with a little garlic and olive oil in about 3 minutes. You can throw a handful into a morning omelet. You can even toss it into a smoothie. Trust me, you won't taste it. One of my patients, a gentleman named Ed from New Jersey, retired Navy, was a diehard I don't eat green stuff guy. I convinced him to blend a handful of baby spinach into his morning fruit smoothie. 6 weeks later, his fasting glucose had dropped by 22 points. He called me from his kitchen laughing, saying, "Doc, I'm eating salad in a cup and I can't even tell." That's the kind of small change that adds up to huge results. Number 5 on the list is Brussels sprouts. Now, I know Brussels sprouts have a bad reputation, especially for those of us who grew up in the 60s and 70s when mom boiled them into mush. But modern preparation has redeemed this vegetable. The fiber in Brussels sprouts slows down carbohydrate absorption, preventing those nasty blood sugar spikes after meals. They're also high in vitamin K, which supports bone health, critical for men over 65 who are at increased risk of fractures. Here's how to prepare them so you'll actually enjoy them. Cut them in half, toss with olive oil, salt, and pepper, and roast them at 400 degrees for about 25 minutes until they're crispy and browned on the outside. Drizzle a little balsamic vinegar on top when they come out of the oven. I'm telling you, you'll be fighting your grandkids for the last one on the plate. Number 4 is kale. Yes, the hipster vegetable. I know. But there's a reason the nutrition world fell in love with kale. It's got an incredibly low glycemic index, meaning it barely moves your blood sugar at all. It's also packed with fiber, calcium, and antioxidants that fight the oxidative stress that comes with diabetes. If raw kale seems too tough for you, and I'll admit it's a chewy green, try it in soup. A simple white bean and kale soup with some garlic and a little lean sausage is one of the most diabetes-friendly meals you can eat. Hearty, warm, satisfying. Perfect for those cooler fall and winter evenings. Number 3 is green bell peppers. These sweet, crunchy vegetables are loaded with vitamin C and fiber, and they have a very low impact on blood sugar. Now here's something interesting that I share with my patients all the time. Vitamin C in decent amounts has been shown in several studies to help improve insulin sensitivity in older adults. That's a big deal. Slice up some green bell peppers and eat them with a little hummus as an afternoon snack instead of chips or crackers. Your blood sugar at dinner will be noticeably better. Number 2 is okra. Now, for those of you from the South, you know okra. For everyone else, let me introduce you to one of the most underrated vegetables for diabetes management. Okra contains a soluble fiber that forms a kind of gel in your digestive tract, which slows glucose absorption dramatically. In traditional medicine in many parts of the world, okra water, where you soak sliced okra pods in water overnight and drink the water in the morning, has been used for generations to manage blood sugar. I'm not telling you to replace your medication with okra water, but adding okra to your diet a couple of times a week, that's a smart move. Try it sautéed, roasted, or even in a gumbo. Just go easy on the heavy breading and frying. That defeats the whole purpose. And now, before I give you number 1, let me remind you, the vegetable I'm about to share with you is one that most men over 60 completely overlook. Doctors for decades didn't believe it could do what the research now clearly shows it can do. So please pay attention. Number 1 on my list is bitter melon. Yes, bitter melon. Also known as bitter gourd, or Corella in some cultures. This funny-looking, bumpy green vegetable has been used in traditional medicine across Asia, Africa, and the Caribbean for centuries to manage blood sugar. And here's the kicker. Modern science has finally caught up. Back in January of 2011, a clinical trial was published in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology that tested the effectiveness of bitter melon on diabetic patients. Over 4 weeks, participants taking 200 milligrams of bitter melon extract daily saw significant reductions in their fasting blood glucose. The vegetable contains compounds called charantin, vicine, and a substance that acts almost like insulin in the human body. It actually helps your cells absorb glucose more effectively, which is exactly what insulin does. Now, I'll be straight with you. Bitter melon is called bitter melon for a reason. It's not sweet corn. It's got a strong, sharp, bitter flavor that takes some getting used to. But here's how my patients have learned to love it. Thinly slice it, soak it in salt water for about 20 minutes to reduce the bitterness, then stir-fry it with a little beef, garlic, and soy sauce. Or if cooking isn't your thing, bitter melon extract is available as a supplement at most health food stores and pharmacies across America. Just talk to your doctor first, especially if you're on insulin or other diabetes medications, because bitter melon can amplify their effects. Remember my patient Frank, the firefighter? You want to know what finally moved the needle for him? It was bitter melon, once a week stir-fried with beef. That's all he could handle, and that's all he needed. Combined with roasted broccoli, spinach, and his eggs, and cutting back on white bread, his A1C dropped from 9.2 to 6.8 in 6 months. No joke, no gimmicks, just real food doing what nature designed it to do. Now, I want to talk directly to those of you who are sitting there thinking, Doc, this all sounds nice, but I don't cook. My wife passed away. I eat frozen dinners and whatever the grandkids bring over. I hear you. I hear you loud and clear. So here's what I want you to do. Start small, really small. Pick 2 vegetables from this list, just 2. Maybe broccoli and spinach. Buy the frozen version at your local grocery store. Frozen vegetables are just as nutritious as fresh, and they won't go bad on you. Microwave a cup of frozen broccoli for 4 minutes. Add a little butter and salt. Done. Throw a handful of baby spinach into your scrambled eggs in the morning. Done. You don't need to become a gourmet chef. You just need to get a little bit of real whole food into your body every day. Another question I hear all the time. How much do I need to eat, Doc? Fair question. My general guidance for the gentleman in my practice is this. Aim for at least 2 cups of non-starchy vegetables every single day. 1 at lunch, 1 at dinner. If you can manage 3 cups, even better. And yes, you can eat them raw, steamed, sautéed, or roasted. Don't fry them. Don't drown them in cheese sauce. Keep it simple. Keep it honest. And for the men who've been doing this for a while, like the gentleman who wrote to me saying he eats broccoli almost every day and feels more energetic, I want to say this. You are doing exactly the right thing. Don't stop. Keep going. The energy you're feeling isn't a coincidence. It's your cells finally getting the nutrients they've been starving for. I want to give you a simple weekly plan to get started. Monday, broccoli and chicken. Tuesday, spinach omelet for breakfast, Brussels sprouts with dinner. Wednesday, salad with arugula and avocado for lunch, cauliflower mash with your steak. Thursday, kale soup. Friday, bitter melon stir-fry. Once a week is plenty. Saturday, green bell peppers and okra with whatever protein you're grilling. Sunday, rest day, but still get your greens in somehow. That's it. That's the plan. Print it out. Stick it on your fridge. One more thing before we wrap up, and this is important. None of what I've told you today is meant to replace the medications your doctor has prescribed. If you're on metformin, keep taking it. If you're on insulin, keep taking it. What I'm offering you is a way to work alongside your medication, to give your body the support it needs so that over time, and I've seen it happen hundreds of times in my career, you may be able to reduce your medication with your doctor's guidance. Never make changes on your own. Always loop in your physician. But here's the truth, folks. In all my years of practicing medicine, I have never seen a patient who committed to eating real whole vegetables every single day and didn't see improvement in their blood sugar. Never. Not once. The human body is an incredible machine, and when you stop flooding it with processed foods and start feeding it what it was designed to eat, it responds, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly, but it always responds. So here's what I want you to do right now. Number 1, if this video helped you, hit that like button. It genuinely helps me reach more men who need this information. Number 2, subscribe to my channel because I'm going to be sharing a lot more practical, no-nonsense health advice specifically for men our age. And number 3, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me which of these 10 vegetables you're going to try first. Or if you're already eating some of these, tell me which one's been your favorite. I read every single comment and I love hearing your stories. One last thing. If you know a buddy, a brother, a friend from the VFW hall, a guy from your Sunday morning breakfast group, anyone who's dealing with high blood sugar, please share this video with him. This information is too important to keep to yourself. You might just save someone's life. Coming up next week, I'll be sharing 5 fruits that men with diabetes absolutely need to avoid, and a few surprising ones that are actually safe. You don't want to miss that one because some of the fruits you think are healthy might be silently raising your blood sugar every single day. Thank you for spending this time with me today. It means the world. Take care of yourselves, gentlemen. Eat your greens, and I'll see you in the next video.